Angel Reese cooked by Kelsey Plum last night.
Chicago Sky lose to the New York Liberty 91-78.
Y'all the worst team in the league, bro.
Angel Reese got shut out entirely. She is entirely uncoordinated.
Nobody on this damn team can actually create a shot for themselves and score.
The WNBA just witnessed one of the coldest moments of the season, and it came courtesy of Kelsey Plum. Just 2 minutes ago, she embarrassed Angel Reese in front of the world, dusting her with a smooth drive to the hoop and sealing it with the ultimate insult, the infamous too small taunt.
Kelsey Plum hitting Angel Reese with her own "you're too small" celebration.
And trust me, it wasn't just a gesture, it was a statement. The message was clear: you don't belong on this level. And social media, it exploded. This wasn't just any bucket. This was Kelsey Plum putting an exclamation point on Angel Reese's worst nightmare.
One of the worst games she's played as a professional.
It was the worst nightmare that the Chicago Sky and Angel Reese could have possibly imagined. Angel Reese absolutely destroyed right now. I mean, honestly, what is going on?
Getting cooked by a player smaller, quicker, and, let's be honest, smarter. Plum didn't just beat her on a play, she beat her mentally, emotionally, and symbolically. While Angel Reese continues to chase double-doubles that don't matter, Kelsey's out here getting wins and proving exactly why she's built different.
Kelsey Plum, in fairness, she just went nuclear. She was kind of quiet in the fourth quarter, but she went nuclear in this game. Was being left wide open.
Angel Reese had her a double-double last night. That's right. And this proves that Angel Reese's double-doubles does not equate to victories.
Let's break this down. Reese, once hyped as a generational force, is now getting turned into a walking highlight for the wrong reasons. And the worst part? It's starting to feel normal. Game after game, teams are targeting her. They're isolating her. They're embarrassing her. What Kelsey Plum just did wasn't even personal. It was just business.
Angel Reese picking up right where she left off, breaking more WNBA records, but unfortunately for Sky fans, it came in the form of a loss.
This was horrendous from the Chicago Sky.
And that's what should terrify Sky fans the most. If you've been paying attention, the writing has been on the wall. Angel Reese's defensive rotations, late, her decision-making, questionable, her team impact, non-existent. But now it's getting ugly.
And anyone who says Angel Reese is all defense, she is playing the worst defense this season. And if you ever watch the Chicago Sky getting cooked, you can see her consistently play bad defense.
When a veteran like Kelsey Plum drops 28 points and caps it off by looking down on you, literally, you've got a problem. Not a she'll bounce back problem. A maybe she was never ready problem.
But the problem is, when you're a 6'4" power forward, nah, bro. You can't shoot 5 of 11. You can't shoot 2 of 8.
Kelsey Plum erupting 28 points. She's not going to win the MVP, but she's at least injecting herself in a conversation.
And while Reese is getting cooked, Caitlin Clark is out here showing grace, poise, and real leadership, without needing a single taunt to prove she belongs. The contrast couldn't be clearer. Type C 100 if you're a real Caitlin Clark fan. It was the moment that sent shockwaves through the WNBA and had the entire basketball world glued to their screens.
Angel Reese, 13-12, still can't shoot over 50%, a measly few feet away from the basket. Nobody on this damn team can actually create a shot for themselves and score. This current team is an absolute embarrassment.
Midway through the game between the Los Angeles Sparks and the Chicago Sky, Kelsey Plum took matters into her own hands, literally. With Angel Reese defending her at the perimeter, Plum shifted gears, took a hard step, blew right past Reese with ease, and finished with a clean left-handed layup at the rim. But it's what came next that made jaws drop. The cold-blooded too small celebration, right in Reese's face.
Kelsey Plum clowned Angel Reese after this. Obviously, Kelsey Plum's not as tall as Angel Reese is, and she cooked Angel Reese's ass in hot grease. Let's go.
Pie by Stevens.
And then hits her with the too small.
This wasn't just a flashy play or a highlight for the reel. This was psychological warfare. Kelsey Plum didn't just score, she humiliated Angel Reese in real time and let the world know about it. She planted her flag and said, "You're not on my level." And honestly, she's right. The crowd reacted, the bench exploded, and social media did what it always does. It turned this moment into a meme, a symbol, a reckoning.
We got to talk about the meme. The meme. I'm not even going to call them a basketball team right now. I'm going to call them a meme that is Chicago Sky.
Kelsey Plum saying too small to Angel Reese. I love that fire. It's me bound time. Kelsey Plum, confirmed racist. I'm starting to believe Reese is being victimized by the entire WNBA.
You could almost hear the sound of Reese's reputation cracking under the pressure. Let's be brutally honest here. This wasn't an isolated incident. Plum had been cooking Reese in the sky from the opening tip. She dropped 28 points, hit 6 of 10 from beyond the arc, and commanded the game with surgical precision. It wasn't just offense, it was control. She wasn't playing with them, she was playing through them.
Right here, Kelsey Plum destroyed them. 6 of 10 from three-point range, 28 points, 8 assists, 2 boards for the LA Sparks.
Reese, she was a spectator on defense, late to rotate, slow to recover, and completely lost when matched against Plum's speed and footwork.
Angel Reese is the most overrated player in the W.
Stop it, man. This is no conversation. This is no debate. Her team, they got annihilated again. Her performance, she was embarrassing out there. Embarrassing. At home. At home. You didn't make one basket. Stop it, man. Hey, Sky fans, y'all in a frenzy. Y'all ready to fire everybody. She can't make no layups. Traded the number 3 pick. You could have had Sonya Citron. You went and got Ariel Atkins. I don't know what y'all doing, man. That place is a dumpster fire from the top down.
What makes this so iconic and devastating is that it came from Kelsey Plum, who's listed at 5'8". Angel Reese is 6'3". The size difference was supposed to be her advantage. But on this night, that height meant nothing. When a smaller player looks up at you and still says you're too small, that's not just a personal attack, it's a career wake-up call.
Kelsey Plum keeping Angel Reese on her back hip. Angel Reese, you're too small. My name's Kelsey Mitchell. I'm 5'8", but you are too small. Nasty.
Reese's response? There wasn't one. No defensive adjustment, no competitive fire, no vengeance bucket, just silence, just shame. And while this play was circulating online, becoming the top trending WNBA moment of the week, analysts, fans, and former defenders of Angel Reese began asking the same question.
Okay, I can't defend Angel Reese any longer. Those kind of videos are starting to pop up from people that were defending her. It's bad. It's really bad. I mean, this was 5 of 11, but the problem is when you're a 6'4" power forward, nah, brah. You can't shoot 5 of 11. You can't shoot 2 of 8. You can't go 0 of 8.
Is she actually helping her team? Because let's be real, when your highlight is you getting clowned by your opponent and your only answer is an awkward post-game quote and another empty double-double, the league takes notice. Multiple commentators called it what it was, a complete and public dismantling of a so-called rising star. And
it may be time for Angel Reese to consider taking up a different game. I don't know what game she wants to possibly take up. I know one thing, she can't wait for the Unrivaled season to start at this point.
And Kelsey Plum did it all with swagger, with poise, and with zero hesitation. She exposed Angel's footwork, her lack of lateral quickness, and her tendency to fall asleep on defense. It wasn't just a moment, it was a masterclass. Even more damning is what this says about Angel's mindset. While Kelsey was laser-focused on leading her undermanned team to a win, without Rakia Jackson, without Cameron Brink, Reese was busy sulking, slow on closeouts, and visibly jogging on defense. It's clear, this wasn't just a loss on the scoreboard. This was a loss of dignity. What Kelsey Plum did will go down as one of the most defining moments of this young season. Not because it was flashy, but because it was symbolic. It represented the widening gap between the players who are truly elite and the ones who only act like they are. Kelsey let her game speak, and her game screamed, "Angel Reese, you're not built for this."
Come on, let's stop playing games. I don't know, this Coach Marsh, Tyler Marsh guy, this Marshmallow dude, I don't know where y'all got him from. Y'all got him from Vegas somewhere. His system looks trash. Y'all starting Kia Nurse. Bro, the Chicago Sky gave up the number 3 pick for Ariel Atkins. Bro, I don't even think she scored double figures yet in one game. She's taking like 4 shots per game. Y'all gave up the number 3 pick. Y'all gave up Sonia Citron for Ariel Atkins, and she's shooting like 4 shots a game. Bro, what is going on in Chicago, bro?
Let's talk about Angel Reese's double-double. 13 points, 12 rebounds. Looks good on paper, right? But that stat line is fool's gold. The truth, she got cooked on defense, padded her numbers on her own misses, and turned the ball over like she was allergic to clean possessions. Her impact? Near zero.
Angel Reese, 31 minutes, 5 of 11, 45% from the field, and that's an improvement. That is an improvement. God. 12 rebounds, 13 points, 6 offensive boards.
This is the problem with Reese. She's all numbers, no results. She'll miss a layup, grab her own rebound, miss again, then finally tap it in, and fans call it hustle. But real hoopers see the truth. Inefficiency disguised as effort. She's not dominating. She's repeating mistakes until one falls in. Even worse, she looks disinterested on defense. No rotation, no awareness, no urgency. In the same game she got humiliated by Plum, she also jogged back on defense and left shooters wide open. That's not leadership, that's laziness. And the media? They're slowly backing off. Even her fans are posting, "I can't defend her anymore." The hype bubble is bursting. Angel Reese isn't evolving. She's being exposed. The work ethic isn't matching the spotlight. Compare that to Caitlin Clark, hustling every possession, taking hits, staying composed. One is focused on the game, the other is focused on the brand, and we're starting to see which one actually wins.
But it all depends on who you're going to be facing. You have to utilize the best player on the team. You don't see Steph Curry off the ball much. You don't see Steph Curry sitting in the corner like a duckling, bro, waiting on he's get the ball in his hand and he does what he does.
The Chicago Sky are no longer just struggling. They've become a full-blown meme. What started as a team with promise and potential has now spiraled into a franchise known more for dysfunction than direction. Let's not sugarcoat it. This team is in shambles. And while Angel Reese might be the face of their failure, the blame runs much deeper. From poor roster decisions to inexplicable coaching choices, the Sky have gone from rebuilding to full-blown ridicule, and fast.
It might start off decent, but very quickly things go south with this Chicago Sky team. Look at this. They can't even force them to turn the ball over. Kelsey Plum, 3 turnovers, the most in the starting. Chicago Sky's defense is awful. Their offense is bad. Their in-between game is terrible. Their transition offense is bad. Their transition defense is bad. Their coaching staff is even worse. Still before games, we're seeing Angel Reese shoot corner threes.
It starts at the top. The Sky's front office made a series of win-now moves that aged like milk. They traded away their future. First-round picks, young talent, for veterans like Ariel Atkins and Kia Nurse, who failed to deliver. Atkins, once seen as a high-value guard, can't even crack double digits. Kia Nurse, 9 points here, a turnover there, and 0 spark. The front office gambled on a short-term core that was supposed to contend. But what they built instead is an unwatchable mess that's losing by double digits to rosters held together by hardship contracts and third-round pickups. Then there's the coaching. Tyler Marsh is coaching like he's a secret agent sent to sabotage the Sky from within. His schemes are flat-out bizarre. Angel Reese playing point forward at the top of the key 20 feet from the basket? What are we doing here? This isn't Giannis Antetokounmpo. Reese doesn't have the handles, the vision, or the feel for that kind of role. And yet, game after game, she's placed in that exact position, failing predictably. There's no high-low action with Camila Cardoso, no structured offense, just vibes, and those vibes reek of failure. And defensively, let's not even go there. Chicago has zero identity on that end. The Sparks, playing without 3 of their best players, dropped nearly 30 on them in the third quarter alone. Azura Stevens was cooking them in the paint. Kelsey Plum was making them dance on the perimeter. The Sky weren't just beat, they were exposed. Poor rotations, miscommunication, zero help defense. It was a disaster from start to finish. The only real defensive resistance they offered was the occasional reach-in foul or confused stare as another opponent strolled to the rim.
There is nobody interesting in the WNBA past or present except for Caitlin Clark. They've all shown themselves to be sexist, racist, petty, ridiculous. What's a lesbian look like? Angry. You got the angry African-American lesbian who just can't handle somebody coming into their league as a white girl with a bunch of...
The one thing that I love that she's bringing to her sport, more people want to watch. More people want to tune in.
What's worse, the Sky don't even have their future picks. They've mortgaged everything for this broken roster. No youth movement, no rebuild plan, no light at the end of the tunnel. The commentators are right. Chicago zigged when they should have zagged. Now they're stuck in purgatory. Not good enough to win, not bad enough to tank, and with no draft capital to fix it. It's basketball limbo, and the only thing falling faster than their standings is their credibility. And through all of this dysfunction, Angel Reese has become symbolic of the Sky's failure. She's the star, the face of the team, the media darling. But her presence hasn't elevated anyone. If anything, it's fractured what little chemistry this team had. When a player is clearly playing for the name on the back of the jersey instead of the front, it creates resentment. Role players aren't engaged. Shooters aren't getting touches. Bigs like Cardoso are camped out in the paint, arms up, watching as Reese forces another ill-advised shot through double coverage. It's a mess, and everyone sees it. Even Reese's own teammates seem checked out. You can feel the frustration in their body language. You can see it in their late-game execution. There's no urgency, no fire, no belief. They're going through the motions while opponents, especially veterans like Kelsey Plum, feast on their passivity. That's why it stung so much when Plum hit that layup and threw up the too small taunt. She wasn't just targeting Angel Reese. She was taunting everything the Sky represent right now. Weakness, dysfunction, and inflated hype with no real production.
To speak to her, to be around her, she's got charisma, she's got style, she's got bravado, she's got class, she's smart as hell. Communicates her thoughts very, very well. She is so incredibly marketable. I just think that she's elevating the profile of women's sports in a way that most women should deeply, deeply, deeply appreciate.
And it doesn't help that Caitlin Clark's Indiana Fever, who were supposed to be the real rebuilding project, are showing more structure, more leadership, and more resilience in half the time. That comparison is haunting the Sky. Because while Clark is grinding, growing, and guiding her team through adversity, Reese and the Sky are imploding in full view of the basketball world. The same media that tried to pit them against each other can't ignore the reality anymore. One is rising, the other is unraveling. The truth is this: the Chicago Sky are no longer just a bad team. They're the bad team, the one you circle on the calendar as an easy win, the one that can't close games, can't hold leads, and can't even hold themselves accountable. And unless something drastic changes on the court, in the locker room, and in the front office, the ridicule will only grow louder. Because right now, the Chicago Sky aren't flying. They're crashing, and Angel Reese is in the pilot seat with no flight plan in sight. So there you have it. Kelsey Plum didn't just beat Angel Reese on a single possession, she broke through the illusion. That too small taunt was more than a celebration. It was a message to the league, to the fans, and to the media. Hype doesn't equal greatness. And if Angel Reese is going to keep coasting on PR and empty stat lines, veterans like Plum are going to keep exposing her.
Angel Reese is the most overrated player in the W.
Stop it, man. This is no conversation. This is no debate. Her team, they got annihilated again. Her performance, she was embarrassing out there. Embarrassing. At home. You didn't make one basket. Stop it, man. Hey, Sky fans, y'all in a frenzy. Y'all ready to fire everybody. She can't make no layups. Traded the number 3 pick. You could have had Sonya Citron. You went and got Ariel Atkins. I don't know what y'all doing, man. That place is a dumpster fire from the top down.
The numbers don't lie, but they also don't tell the full story. Reese might rack up double-doubles, but they become meaningless in games where her presence brings more chaos than cohesion. The Chicago Sky are a team with no structure, no leadership, and no accountability, and Reese has become the face of that dysfunction. Meanwhile, players like Kelsey Plum and Caitlin Clark are setting the real standard: skill, discipline, and winning mentality. As fans, we've reached a tipping point. The media-created storylines can only hold up for so long when the product on the floor tells a different tale. And last night, the story was crystal clear. Reese got cooked. Her team collapsed. And Kelsey Plum walked away not just with the win, but with the moment that'll live on in highlight reels, memes, and WNBA history. So now the question is yours. How many more games like this before the league and the fans stop pretending Angel Reese is the future? Let us know in the comments. Are you Team Kelsey Plum, Team Accountability, or do you still believe Reese can turn it around? If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because next time, we're diving into why Caitlin Clark's leadership is exposing every fake star in the league, one game at a time. Stay tuned. You won't want to miss it.